Hello, hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome. I am so happy and glad to be doing this again with you. So, welcome. So, for the new members, you are in the right family, made the right choice. So, you are welcome. Please subscribe if you haven't, comment, like, and share. So, today's topic is a hot one, hot one. Yeah, so today I'm gonna talk to you about sexual energies. So, how sexual energies work. So, generally, sexual energy is simply the energy you exchange while being in the act. So, whenever you are in a sexual act, there are some energies you are exchanging. So, you are taking from your partner, and your partner is taking from you. So, some energies, not all. And there are three energies that are involved when we are having sexual engagement. One is the physical one, next is the emotional one, and third is the spiritual one. I think that is why normally sex is actually spiritual and also sacred. So sex is very spiritual and very sacred. So that is why you are required to be very careful whom you sleep with. Be very careful whom you sleep with. Okay. So I'm gonna start with the negative sexual exchange. We have the positive sexual exchange and we have the negative sexual exchange. So the negative sexual exchange energy, okay, the negative sexual exchange energy. I'll give an example. For example, when someone goes to the club, they meet either a handsome guy or a very beautiful lady, and they decide to engage in sexual activities with that person. They they pick up their energy. Okay, so you pick up the energy of the person you've just met. Remember, you don't know this person so well, but you've decided that you're gonna engage in sexual activities with this person. One thing you're doing is you're actually inviting some energy in your soul. You're inviting some energy in your soul, and it could be either negative or positive. So for the negative one, for you to know that you picked a negative energy from the one night stand that you had, is that the morning after the sexual engagement, you'll start feeling very anxious, you'll start feeling depressed, you'll be very irritated, you'll have cloudy thoughts, you'll start feeling pains and aches, you'll be insecure, you'll even have self-doubt. So when such happens, it tells you that you've picked the negative vibes from the one night stand that you had. So when this builds up, when this energy that you've picked from your one night stand builds up, it normally leads to various imbalances in your body. It can actually also lead to, did you know that it can actually lead to diseases and even health issues? So you could either have health issues or even diseases or just body imbalances. So that is how negative it can be. And then for the positive one, positive sexual energy exchange. Now this is whereby you met a stranger, but you are patient enough to know this stranger before you start engaging. Okay, so you wanna know this person to a deeper level, and now you've reached a place whereby you are okay now to engage sexually. So with this, if you want to know that you picked a positive sexual energy from someone, you realize that the morning after the sexual act, you'll be very jovial, uplifted, full of life, so happy, So it is actually the opposite of picking negative sexual energy from the person you've slept with. So it's normally the opposite. So in this, you're just jovial, you really are ready to face the world with a lot of happiness and all that. So that is why you should make the right choices, or make wise choices before doing what? Before sleeping with anyone, before giving your body to anyone, because sexual energy exchange is a real thing. It is a real thing. I'm not even joking about it. You could pick some energies that will torment you for the rest of your life, and you wouldn't really understand why you are behaving the way you are behaving, because you keep picking sexual energies from A, person B, person C, person D, until at the end of the day, you cannot even define who you are really, because you keep on having fluctuating behaviors, and sometimes you don't even understand yourself. So be very careful about sexual energies. And when you talk about the negative sexual energy exchange, did you know that people can come in your life to actually exchange their energies with you? And if you want to know how, these people are people who will just disappear on you. Like they'll have sex with you and disappear, either to never be seen again or come back again after ghosting you. So when such happens, don't take it lightly. They could be exchanging their miserable life with the good life that you already have through sex, because sex is very spiritual, I can assure you that. So if you have someone that you engage with sexually and they keep ghosting you and then come back, you really need to be you really have to have a discernment to really know what their intention is. They could be innocent, yes, but you really need to have a discernment to know what their intentions are. Yeah, that is very important. Or sometimes they could be around you, but what they are doing, it's all about sacrificing your life. Is it really sacrificing your life, but taking the bad in their life to give it to you as they take the good from you? So sexual energy is a real thing, guys. And then, did you know that you can also use sexual energy to manifestation, and manifestation can be both negative or positive. So that is used by people who actually understand this, that as partners you could be wanting to achieve some goals, and you can work together, whereby you and the partner you know very well can meditate, or be have a mindset of meditation, or put your mind into meditation at the very time you are engaging in sexual acts. And you can also just do it alone or on separate, as you know, one can do it on their own. For example, I'll give an example of or I'll tell you this. You can actually use sexual energy to attract money, and by this I mean you could even imagine having a lot of money in your hands, or even having stepped into some bundles of cash, you know, and you just take an imagination trip into imagining how rich you are and all that. So that is one way. Separately, you can just take your mind to a trip and think about how you have money, how you are rich, how you have investments, how you are wealthy, and these things work. So that is one way you can use meditation to actually meditate. You can use sexual act to meditate. Yeah, so that is one. On the negative side is what I've just said in the previous. Some people will come to your life to take what you already have through sex. So someone might meditate negative things on you as you are engaging with that person in sex. So you gotta be very careful. So you can use it to meditate. Also, you can use sexual, I can just say, like, because sexual energy is spiritual and it's very sacred, some people use it in a sacred way. And how do they use it in a sacred way? By by doing what we call the blood ritual. So I'll open your eyes today. So the blood ritual is when a lady is on her period and she decides to engage in sexual act. By the way, it's not a bad thing, and also it's also not a good thing. So on the good side, the lady could use the blood ritual during sex. So she's on her periods, and you guys are having the sexual act, and she starts to manifest whatever she wants in her life. Okay, so it could be whatever goals that she would like to achieve, because we all know that blood covenants are not light. Any blood covenant is not to be taken lightly. We know that even from the Bible. Another negative way, not another negative way, but the on the negative side, where a lady can use the blood ritual, or the sacred blood ritual, to to manifest during sex, is whereby maybe you guys are just having a situationship. Okay, I'll give you an example. Maybe you guys are just having a situationship, and you as the lady, or you as the guy, you don't intend to have a future with this lady, but this lady is saying otherwise, whereby she is ready to have a future with you, but you guys are not on the same path, because you're just having fun. For her, she wants something more than just fun. So what most ladies will do, they'll have sex with you when they are on their periods. So on their periods will mean maybe onset of their periods, or when they're just done with their periods, but we still have spotting in ladies. Okay, some spot right after they're done, and some spot before they begin experiencing their periods. So what does this lady do? Comes, have the sexual act with you. Okay, and during that act, she's manifesting how, or manifesting you being in her life for forever. She manifests you being in her life forever. So then, as your plan was to to ghost her right after the act, then it backfires. You keep on finding yourself coming back to this lady, but you don't understand why, because at first it wasn't your plan. So what this lady just did was to do what? To use the sacred blood ritual to keep you. Yeah, so you have to be awake about this. It happens, and it happens. Yeah. So, there's power in blood, and we all know that. And any covenant that involves blood sticks and works. So be very careful, guys. This can happen. Don't just go around smashing anyone, feeling nice about it, and you forget about the repercussions. Yeah. So about these sexual sexual acts, there are things that you should know. I know I've talked about the how the sexual energies work, but now how do you protect yourself? How do you protect yourself when it comes to sexual energy? Okay, because we have the good ones and we have the bad ones. So how do you protect yourself? So I'm gonna give you secrets. So how to protect your sexual energy when engaging? I want that to be very clear. So how you can protect your sexual energy while engaging is that you must, before any act, you must visualize, okay, or meditate a protective bubble that is forming around you. Okay, you have to imagine that there is this bubble that is forming around you, that is protecting you. It's about energy, right? So you have to put yourself into that. So you have to imagine this protective bubble that is forming around you, that is gonna protect you from the sickness you might pick from the person you're engaging in sex with, from from either bad luck that they are bringing to you while having sex with you. So you have to imagine, and that imagination is what I call meditation, and you have to do it energetically. Like, you have to assume there's a bubble that is protecting you. I'm assuring you that works. Secondly, learn to take showers or baths before and after the sex. I know some people will just be done and they go like, okay, phew, let me let me sleep, I'm done. No, learn to take those baths or showers. Shower yourself or bath yourself right before or after engaging in the sexual act. That is one way you're going to protect yourself from the energy. So if it was negative, it won't affect you. And then avoid sleeping with strangers. Avoid sleeping with strangers. I'm telling you, 90% of the people who give themselves to you and yet they know you don't know each other well. They always have intentions. I know there are those that actually will do it with pure hearts and knowingly, just because they have given into their weaknesses. But 90% know what they are doing. They are on the hunt. They are energy vampires. They are on the hunt. Maybe they are going through shit with their business, or things are not working. So they'll exchange that through, sexual energy. So all of a sudden your things are not going straight, your businesses are not, giving as you expect and all that. Why? Simply because someone was on the hunt and they got what they wanted. So avoid just sleeping with strangers. It's not good. Get to know people. When you meet a stranger, that's why we date. Actually, that's why we date. That's why there's dating. You date to know someone, okay, on a deeper level, or rather on the level you feel like now you are ready to open to this person sexually and have them, engage with you. So be very careful about that. And also, if you've engaged with someone sexually, and the morning after you start experiencing things that make you anxious, things that make you depressed, confused, self-doubt, you feel insecure, a lot of guilt and all that. Sex is not supposed to make anyone feel guilty. If you feel guilty, you are either doing it with the wrong person, or you are not ready for this, or you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Wrong reasons, you are not ready, or the wrong person. Okay? So if you feel some type of a way that is negative, then just know that, these kind of escapides, am I really right? Or just know it is a sign that the sexual engagement that you are engaging yourself in might not work for you. Might really not work for you. Because some people will keep on having sex carelessly, but they can't deal with the guilt. The guilt keeps on eating them. They keep on assuming, but the guilt eats them. So when you feel that way, then it means you are actually consider it's not working for you. So normalize taking sex as a holistic activity. Okay, view it as a holistic activity. Once you view it as a holistic activity, there are things you won't find yourself falling into. Okay, like just having sex anyhowly because the urge has come, so you don't care who you are picking or who you are getting involved with. So normalize such things. Just view sex as a very holistic activity. But if you wake up feeling so nice about everything and your energy is up and all that, just know that what you're doing, or the person you're doing with, is the right person for you. Is the right person for you. And then sometimes sometimes someone might have slept with so many partners that every relationship is not working. Every relationship is just not working. And they fail to understand why. But the secret is you are still carrying spiritual energies, sexual spiritual energies from previous partners. And there are so many ways this actually manifests into your life every time you make a step forward to get into a relationship with a new partner. One of the ways, if you keep on thinking about this person once in a while, it means is carrying their energies around. You are still carrying their energies around. So if you think about this person once in a while, I'm telling you, you're still carrying their energy. You are in their field of energy. So they have power over you. If you keep having feelings about them, or desiring them, you just feel like you want to be around them again, or you desire them, you start reminiscing how you are still in their energy field. So that means you really need to work on how to cut the cord. Please cut the cord no matter what. Try as much as possible to cut the cord so that you can move on. Because these spiritual energies, spiritual sexual energies that you are carrying along with you, is the same reason why you keep attracting the same type of people. It's the same reason why you are you are never happy in relationships, and you can't really have a good reason as to why they keep on ending, because you're still, carrying sexual energies from previous partners. Okay, so you have to energetically release and cut the cords. Cut the cord. That is why they are referred to as exes. They are not supposed to appear again in your life romantically. If you are weak to the sense that anytime you see your ex, you can get involved romantically, why just cut them completely out of your life, so that you don't, imagine about them, or you don't even meet physically or even spiritually. Like, you have to cut the cord so that you can reclaim back your power, because if you're not doing that, it means they still have powers over you. That is why you still think about them, you still feel them, and you still desire them. So for you to heal and move on, you need to cut the cord. There's nothing impossible in this world. Cut the cord. If they were meant for you, they will be in your life right now. So these are people that also need to move and find what is good for them. Okay, so that you stop carrying their energies around that keeps dragging you behind in life. So lastly, I'm gonna give you a bonus, and the bonus is, did you know that anytime you feel triggered out of the blue, some people are just triggered out of the blue, like you can't even explain where they're where you can't even explain why they're being triggered, because it's just out of the blues. You almost can wonder why they're being triggered. So when you find yourself being triggered out of the blues, just know that you have a sexual negative energy exchange. Okay, you have a negative sexual energy exchange. So what you have to do is you go back to how to protect your energy once again when engaging in sexual activities. And for this instance, like I've told you, is you just energetically remove these people from your life one by one. Okay, go somewhere, hide yourself, be very silent, meditate, picture one by one as you release them energetically. We are not saying that you go physically and kill them, sort of a thing. Just spiritually and energetically have that time and remove them one by one energetically, until you are done, so that you can move on and have the power with you, and your things can also run smoothly. So that is the end, and I hope you've learned one or two things. And please take care of yourself. You really matter, and sexual energy is a real thing. Please make sure you have energies exchanged to the right person. Simply get to know anyone before you engage with them sexually, because it is what defines your everyday activities, and sometimes it is also what can lead to your success or failure. So for that, I am done, and you can have a good night, or a good morning, or a good evening, or a good afternoon, in whichever part of the world that you are in. So that is a bye. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Bye.